Hello everyone. Today I am going to talk about Ayurgenomics for COVID-19 management. What insights does Ayurgenomics provide us about metabolism and immunity, which play an important role in COVID-19 management? First, we will see what is Ayurgenomics. Ayurgenomics is an emerging research area that combines Ayurveda and genomics. So in Ayurgenomics, we try to find correlation between the genetic expression or the gene expression and the Prakriti concept in Ayurveda. For example, we know that genetic variation causes differences in body and mind, the physical and mental characteristics. Our genetic makeup determines whether we are tall, short, fat, or thin, how are our emotions. Some people, for example, are confident, some people are aggressive. So both physical and mental characteristics, these are determined by our genetic makeup. These physical and mental characteristics were called as Prakriti in Ayurveda. In 1500 BC, Charaka said, Yoga masantuyo vidya desa kalopapaditam purusham purusham vikshya sagneyo bishaguttamaha. That means treatment should vary from person to person. The treatment is based on individual's prakriti and it should differ with time, region, place, country, and so on. So this is the concept of personalized medicine based on the prakriti of an individual, which was already recognized by Charaka in 1500 BC. Also, one important thing we have to understand is pharmacogenomics says response to a drug and susceptibility to a disease, it varies with the genetic makeup of an individual. However, the genetic makeup is manifested in prakriti, the physical and mental characteristics. So in a way, we can say that how a patient responds to a drug or how susceptible a person is to a disease, both these things depend upon prakriti. So instead of doing full genome sequencing, we can just do prakriti analysis or prakriti assessment as per our ancient Ayurvedic scriptures. So what is prakriti? Now we will discuss this. So according to Charaka Samhita or Sushruta Samhita, there are three dominant prakritis: Vata, related to movement or kinetics; Pitta, heat or metabolism or thermal energy; Kapha, related to structure or potential. So these are three prakritis.
Sir, can you please suggest the way how a person can decide his prakriti?
So for prakriti assessment, if you just Google prakriti assessment, there are so many websites that will help you. And I will also post one video description, one link in the description of the video.
Sir, I have a doubt. Do the prakriti changes from time to time, sir?
Yes, a little bit prakriti changes, but maybe sometimes if you go to some very, very different place, like for example, you have been staying in India for 10 years and you go to some other country and stay there for 10 years or 15 years, there is some possibility of change in the gene expression.
Yes.
And
Yes.
if you see that Charaka Samhita, he also says place, time, country, everything one has to consider in giving the treatment.
Regarding the prakriti. Yes.
But if we keep it in equilibrium, like some amount of vata, some amount of pitta, some amount of kapha, then no problem will happen.
Yes, sir. Sir, there is a chance for this tridosha also. Very less amount of people will have this tridosha.
Very less amount of people. They say that people who have all three in equilibrium, they will have very, very less disease. So what is health according to Ayurveda? Ayurveda says the equilibrium between three doshas, vata, pitta, and kapha, this is important for health. From Sushruta Samhita, we have samadoshaha samagnisha samadatu malakriyaha prasannatme indriyamanaha swastha ityabhidhiyate. That means, so equilibrium between doshas, good metabolism, good excretion, coordination between organs, good body and good mind. All these are important for health. So first, metabolism. So this is one research article uh, from Ghodke et al. So they say that PGM1 gene, this is related to metabolism. This is very high in Pitta Prakriti. And also there is a gene cytochrome P2C19. This is involved in metabolism of drug. Even this gene is also very high in Pitta. As a result, Pitta individuals have very fast metabolism, whereas Kapha individuals, they found that this gene expression is very low. So they have very slow metabolism. So this is about metabolism. Next, we'll talk about immunity. So Harish Roti et al., they have done research on immunophenotyping. That is, they have taken CD markers, cluster differentiation markers. These are expressed in immune cells. So they have taken 222 different individuals and they measured the expression of this marker CD14, CD25, CD56. These are 3 different gene markers expressed in immune cells. They have found that CD14 is highly expressed in Pitta, whereas CD25 and CD56 is highly expressed in Kapha individuals. CD14 high expression leads to hyperactive immune response. That is, immune response is more than that is required. Whereas CD25 and CD56 higher expression causes stable immune response. That is good immune response. So that means Kapha individuals have good immune response because these 2 markers result in balanced immune response or synergetic immune response between innate immunity and adaptive immunity, which are 2 different types of immunities to deal with a disease. Whereas in case of Pitta, the only innate immunity is expressing, but the adaptive immunity is very less. So this is resulting in very hyperactive immune response, which is not good. This is causes severe inflammation. And in fact, the most important problem in COVID-19 is the hyperactive immune response that is resulting in cytokine storm and possibility of death. So people with Pitta Prakriti have more risk or face more risk from moderate or severe COVID-19 infection when compared to Kapha Prakriti. But first we see, is there any relation between metabolism and immunity, and can we predict which people will get moderate or severe infection? As I have already said, Pitta people may get moderate or severe infection because they have very high metabolism. This high metabolism gets hijacked by virus. So this virus will use the high metabolism to increase its population. So the virus replication rate will be very high in Pitta individual. When the virus replication is high, it also increases the immune response. So already they are prone for hyperactive immune responses. Still it increases the immune response. So high viral replication, hyperactive immune response. So this will result in either moderate or serious infection for Pitta patients. Relatively low metabolism in Kapha individuals is good because this will slow down the virus replication and give immune system time to adjust. So this is the thing. So Pitta people should be more careful when they go out, and even if they get infected by COVID, they have to take more precautions than other people with other prakritis. So how COVID-19 can be classified based on Ayurveda? There are 2 different schools of thought. Many Ayurvedic physicians say that COVID-19 can be called as Vata Kaphaja Jvara because It is related to the respiratory illness, which is associated with kapha in Ayurvedic literature. Another school of thought is it can be considered as vata pittaja jvara, because hyperactive immune response is commonly associated with pitta prakriti. One main factor in COVID-19 is the hyperactive immune response in the inflammation phase of the disease. And Ayurveda associates this hyperactive immune response with pitta prakriti. So it is reasonable to say that COVID-19 is a vata pittaja jvara, because it is the hyperactive immune response that causes the severe respiratory illness in the inflammatory phase. So it is important to recognize that decreasing or reducing vata and pitta during the inflammation phase of COVID-19 is very important. One, for example, I said some precautions can be taken. Everyone, that precautions I want to say. For example, pitta person. This person is the person who is most susceptible to disease, right?
Yes,
moderate and severe infection. For example, I have pitta characteristics. So if I want to take some precautions, I have very high metabolism. So I should find ways to reduce my metabolism during this COVID-19 infection. So
yes,
to reduce metabolism, what I need to do, I have to take food that is very high in protein, food very high in fats, but less amount of carbohydrates, because carbohydrates are metabolized fast, proteins and fats are metabolized slow. And also we know that for pitta person, this person has a heat, large amount of overheat in the body. So that person should take cool things, like for example buttermilk, some watermelon, sapota, like this kind of things this person takes. Then his metabolism will be cooled a bit, and then probably he may be able to recover at home itself.
Yes.
So finally, to conclude, the concept of prakriti in Ayurvedic scriptures is now proven to have a genetic basis. That means different prakriti people have different genetic expression. How susceptible a person is to a given disease, how a person responds to a drug, this depends on genetic variation, but genetic variation is a function of prakriti. So drug response and disease susceptibility is also a function of prakriti. As we have seen, metabolism is very high in pitta, and hyperactive immune response is also there in pitta. These two are very bad for COVID. So COVID-19 progression risk is high for pitta, low for kapha because they have stable immunity and low metabolism. So finally, I would like to end with this sloka from Sushruta Samhita. Ekam Sastra Madiyano Navidya Shastra Nishchayam Tasmat Bahusrutaha Sastram Vijanya Chikitsakaha. That means a doctor cannot make a decision on treatment based on knowledge of only one science. For example, based on knowledge of only allopathy or only Ayurveda is not sufficient. He or she has to learn many sciences, like learn Ayurveda, allopathy, as well as maybe traditional Chinese medicine, which is similar to Ayurveda. Then he can make good decisions and treat the patient in a proper manner. So the three people I want to thank, because of which I got interest in Ayurgenomics, is Professor Anand Ranganathan, Dr. Mithali Mukherjee, and Dr. Pratibha Nair, who published an excellent research article on Ayurveda COVID-19 management using Ayurveda. Thank you, everyone. Please like this video and subscribe my channel.